Hey everyone, welcome back to Farming Simulator and welcome back to the Highlands. We are trying to speed run the castle. Last time we got this beautiful big tanker and put down a dairy on our property because surprisingly the map doesn't actually have one built in, and as you can see overnight we already have made some products. Looks like it's the bottled milk and what's that thing, and some butter, and we also put down this greenhouse, which has not made anything yet. We should double check that this thing is actually running. I'm pretty sure I activated it. Where's the button? There it is. And, oh, it just ran out of water. So, yeah, that's one of the things we can deal with today. I did say last episode that we would stay in December, but I decided against that. Decided just to get time moving forward, get another 100 grand in the bank from all our passive income, and go from there. The one thing I was worried about is food, and I am right to worry. You can see if we jump into the cow menu, you can see there we are out of hay or grass or anything else. The good news is we do have a grass field over here, and so we can hopefully, yeah, it is ready to harvest. So that's probably the first thing we should do. Get that cut, get it mowed, we'll get it tedded so that we get hay rather than grass. And yeah, do that. Out of interest, is there any milk? There is, another 3,000 litres. So since this is attached, we might as well go and deliver that at our milk farm. I did get the big tanker on the premise of driving this a long way away, but we found out quite rapidly that this map does not have a dairy on it. And so rather than having to haul 20 odd 1,000 litres of water, we didn't need to. So I think what's going to happen is this guy is actually going to turn into our water tanker. That's one of the things we'll have to do. And yeah, this guy, this smaller one, will stay as our milk delivery. Now, we will have to start delivering some of these goods as well, but that shouldn't be too hard. We do have a fork for this JCB, so we should be able to use that to lift the pallets off the ground. And we can squeeze through here. This can go back to its reserved milk duties. Now, we do have the excavator and the big logging grappler still rented, so we do need to probably use them rather than just having them sit there and do nothing. But that can, yeah, I think we do have wood in spare, so I think that can wait a little bit. So hopefully, if I remember right, yeah, the mower is over here. We own the mower. It came with the farm when we got it, but the tedder is rented. So it doesn't get used much. The ethos of this playthrough, apart from just trying to get the castle done ASAP, that's been the focus of what we're doing, is trying a lease-only strategy, and it's going really good, I must say. It means that we've been able to get a lot of equipment, and I think the save game's up to about 10 hours now, 10-12 hours, and we're making 100,000 an hour, so, or a day I should say. That's nothing to sneeze at. So basically we don't have any major financial woes, and yeah, we do actually have a pretty successful business, I think. The question is, if I tell the AI to do this at the same time, so I need to fold that out. I don't know if the AI is going to do both at the same time. Will it? So, are you going to do both? Well, both are spinning. So, yes? Seems like the answer is yes. Awesome. So that means that we can get that done. We've got hay straight away, and then just a matter of windrowing it and picking it up. Unfortunately, our other tractor, or fortunately maybe I should say, is over here at the sawmill, and at the very far end of the map, and it is full of wood chips. So I've been putting the spares over here, but unfortunately they're more than this trailer can take. So it is time to sell these. This is actually January, so we can sell these, do another lap, and then get the tractor on the fields as well. I have this mod installed called the Time Saver mod, and it tells us if we sort by a month in particular. We are in January, and seeing how it's green, it says, hey, by the way, it's at the maximum price right now. So manure, which we do have, that needs to get sold. That's in the cow pasture. Where the barn is, wood chips and slurry, and that's the other one over there too. So we have $6,000 worth of slurry to sell, 5,000 of manure. I think those two we might delay a bit. I don't know how much it's going to cost us to get a trailer suitable to move those. But importantly, the wood chips is available. What we can do is we can get this value at all stations and find out what the highest price is. I think there is Feet Ground South, which is, we're talking about $500. If I go here, I think, yeah, Feet Ground South. I think I'm just going to drive over here and rather than drive all the way to the top end of the map over there. So yeah, we'll go there with this first load. We'll sacrifice the $500 for the sake of brevity. Yeah, it'd be good to get another couple of dollars in the bank. Wood chips and lumber does seem to be a little bit OP in this game. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm actually enjoying not doing a very field-centric playthrough. It's fun to approach it with logistics. And so, yeah, I'm actually kind of okay that we've got a different focus. The castle's the thing that's kind of driving this, because the castle needs so many wood beams and long planks. We have to have a sawmill, and the sawmill's producing wood chips. So now, if we were chipping trees directly, for example, that might be a bit much, but it'd be a little bit too OP. But I think I'm okay with this as a byproduct. We will have to do our daily duties. We'll have one load of the planks and the beams, and also a load of the castle stone. They tend to fit on one semi-trailer. So we need to grab that, do that. I'm not going to show that too much on camera because it's risky. I'm going to have to do it every single month. At some point we will fulfill the needs of the castle, so we will have to work out somewhere else to take it. But for now, that's kind of repetitive. I mean, I might do a quite short 15-second shot of that, but we'll see how it goes. But this is new. We've never done wood chips before. And out they come. Cool animation. Well done, Giants. Another 26,000, I think I said. So that's 31,000. Wow, okay. That was cool. So let me go back to the farm. We'll pick up the rest. Getting the last couple, hopefully. Having the wood spawn around me is causing a little bit more trouble, but we're going to get there. So yeah, hopefully that is it for the wood chips at least. There is wood chips, 377 left. So yeah, that won't spawn another pallet. So let's pick up these. We actually probably can do a pretty clean job here and make a pile of 4. Since they are all the same. Just push these together and stack them on top, and we should be good to go. And we can leave them on the forklift. Whoops. There you go. It's amazing how much the tilt of the head is important. It really is critical that you get the right angle on it. Alright, and that can sit right there. I'm going to put that on the ground because I don't trust myself. Alright, let's get this delivered. And then this guy can get back to the farm. And we can use it for hay duties. I like this trailer. It reminds me of I think it was a mod where you actually could put containers, like the drop dumpsters type things, on the back of tractors. It reminds me of those. It's got that same steel squareness to it. I think this trailer may have an extension, so it may be worth looking at that. I mean, the capacity seems to be okay. It's like 20,000 litres maybe. But if we could bump it up to, 30, that'd be great. If we get that down to one load. Now, we only ran the sawmill from July. So actually, we're going to end up with twice that amount across the year. So we are going to have to haul 50-something thousand. I don't think the sawmill's got a very big capacity, actually. So we may actually have to sell it mid-year or have some way of delaying it somehow. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work. I'm assuming, as much as this tractor is needed for the windrowing and collecting of the hay to give to the cows, I'm assuming we may be able to use this to do the manure. I think slurry is a special tank, but when it comes to manure, I think you can just use a trailer. I haven't done it for a while. I didn't do it in the Farming Simulator 2025 Everything Challenge, but I did do it in the 2022 Farming Sim Everything Challenge. We definitely used a trailer for that. So let's see for the first time in 25 whether manure is done in a trailer. I would be shocked if it's not. Manure, yeah, 46,000 litres. Okay, so we may actually just need a larger trailer for that reason. So an extension may be wise. Also hits a weight limit. Oh, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. All right, let's work out where this needs to go. It says manure should go. Value at Ill Station is just the biogas station, which is down roughly where we were. It's only $3,000. Oh, okay, well, it is what it is. I've got it loaded. So back to where we were. That is a long journey. The sawmill is right here to our left, and we haven't got to the biogas plant behind it yet. I assume the entrance is out on the main highway. It makes me wonder whether it's actually faster to go down the highway rather than go down the back road that we did. The back road's a little bit slow because it's a little bit windy, but it's also quite hilly, so you kind of slow down as you go up and down the hills. Yeah, I might actually go back home that way. Actually, you know what? I also might even try to extend this to see if we get more capacity. Alright, this is the first time I've been here. Where's the obvious drop-off point? Is that a fill point? I think it's a fill point. Drop-off point, here we go. So, in theory, I'm guessing... Is this the spot? Where do I need to drop it? The marker's there. So I'm worried if that's slurry and this one... Yeah, this one might be manure, so, or should be. So maybe I have to back it in close to this. Please tell me I don't have to lift it up. Am I doing this? Oh, yes. Woo! Money's going up. Yeah, it just didn't have the helper marker at the bottom of the screen tell me that was the right thing to do. So that was only $1,500. Yeah. Now the pit cost us $20,000. It actually cost us about $30 because I realized I put down the pit for silage rather than the pit for manure. So I sold it and then you lose half the price, and then I put down the right one. So yeah, we do need to claw back the cost of the manure pit, and then there's the straw itself. I mean, the straw could have just been sold. Talking of the straw, we need to buy a shredder. So I think when we're at the store here, what I'm going to do is not only am I going to try to customize this trailer so it's bigger, but we'll also probably hire a shredder so that we can give more straw to the cows for the bedding in. There's a fair few straw bales hanging around, so I'm not too worried about the availability of it. I think we've got enough to last the year, and we do have harvest coming up in July or something. So by the time we get there, I'm pretty sure we'll have the opportunity to get a new batch off of the fields. This map is gorgeous. I've mentioned this before. I just got over Farming Sim. Yes, my attention moved to Transport Fever a lot more. Go check out the Donut Transport Fever channel for that. But yeah, when this map came out, it wasn't the new industries that actually got me. It was just the beauty of the map. It's just a stunningly good map. And yeah, it just made me interested in playing the game again. In fact, if I want to choose between the two games, Transport Fever and this, I actually have been choosing this lately, which is saying something. Alright, let's see if we can customize this. And extension, yes, $4,000. Ouch. Trailer hitch. That might be useful. That may be useful. I'm going to put that on. And it looks like we own this rather than we're renting it. So that's good. Customized for $4,000. Yeah, I don't know whether this is the most economical thing to do, but we're doing it. And then I will repair the New Holland whenever we get a chance. We'll pick that up. And what I want to do before we leave here is I am going to hire a straw shredder. So, and then it's going to be under grass, I think. Grass care. Maybe not. Baling. What's that going to be under? Where is... maybe under animals. Yeah, straw blowers. Here we go. There's only 2 to choose from. I think this one's designed for square bales, by the looks of it. Maybe. Yeah, especially with the thing at the back. So I don't think that's what we want. I think this one's designed for round bales. I've used this one before. I like this one. So we will lease that. And out of interest, does our trailer have the right hitch for it? If it does, that'd be awesome. Now we do have a massive loan. We did pass the $1 million mark last episode when we put down the greenhouse and the dairy because we didn't have the spare money for it, because I was a little bit rapid and went and got a 3rd fish farm. Is that going to work? No, it's not going to work. Well, actually, maybe. Here we go. It will work. Yes. Yeah, so last time I got a 3rd fish farm. So there's 3 of them out there now. And they're all full. They've all got stuff. Our fish breeding is also full. So there's no real reason this month to fill that up. Now, we could just sell these fish directly on the market. But their high price, if we look at the fish, is down here. It's not till July. So there's no reason to sell fish soon. So I'm just going to kind of skip that right now. And with the cows, yeah, with the straw, we've got the blower, so we'll push this up. Probably we'll put the effort in and just fill this to the brim with every single one we've got, every bale. This tanked because we got down to no hay. This was up at 2,800. Yeah, that's disappointing because they're not eating. We've kind of destroyed their price. That's a mental note to remember, that we can't afford to ever have a month or an overnight where they aren't fed. So that's not good. That's a lesson to be learned, because the goal was to fatten those up to about 3,000, get rid of them, and replace them with milk cows to increase our milk rate. I'm not a big fan of cows and pigs and horses as a livestock to sell. It's just the amount of effort in. It just doesn't really grab me from a financial point of view. Yes, from a roleplay point of view, it might be fun. Most of the game is about roleplay. Financially, you can just do like kind of what I'm doing here and kind of just go full in with some particular productions, and you can make a lot of money, and it's not too hard to succeed. One of the things I did do, I don't think I mentioned it, is I did cut down all of the spindly trees in this area to our right here. I did it by hand with the lumberjack mod. The idea being, I probably can do this. The idea being that I would do the annoying ones by hand because I'm here to have fun. And then the remainder I will cut down with a chainsaw and that grapple. So that's what that's all about. Oh, it still has the weight limit. do I want to change the game settings? What's it under? It's under this menu. So I have weight limit turned on. Trailer fill limit. Let me turn that off. And because that will let me fill this up even more. And it just means that it's going to be very, very heavy on the road. But I think this tractor can deal with it. I'd rather take the 31,000 each time. Yeah, you can get disconnected. Let's see if I can get around here without doing too much damage. Oh, that was terrible. That was probably one of the worst places to try to do a U-turn. Yeah, that was silly. Alright. There we go. That worked. So, yeah, let me go do another lap, I guess. I don't think I'll do a third lap. There's very little left there. I don't think it's worth the effort. So, yeah, let me go to the biogas plant and we'll watch me unload again. There we go. Another 3,000. Yeah, see, we're probably talking about 2,000 to 3,000 a month. So 40, 20, 30,000 a year. Yeah, as long as we do big loads, I guess it's going to be okay. But, you know, am I going to go buy the biogas plant? No, absolutely not. It is strange. I kind of came into this series thinking that, hey, maybe this is simple as excuse me, some crop stuff. But it's turned back into production. It's interesting how the way you make money is to do everything like I do in my last two series. What I thought I might do is pop around here. Yeah, there is a tiny amount of wood chip here. I might as well drop this off since it's at its peak. Since it's on the way home. And blip, $1,600. So compare that to the manure, it's not even close. The price difference is huge. Yeah, I think wood chips from a money point of view is a little bit misbalanced. I wonder how our hay guy is going. It's been a little while, so I'm kind of expecting the worker to have finished their job. We can get up there and get some hay for the cows. Sooner the better, because they are out. Let's park this very simply. I was going to say here, but I was going to say simplistically in the big area. But you know what? I'm going to park it underneath the grain silo. All right. Turn that off for now. All right, where are you? Are you done? You did a horrific job. What was that? The good news is it's done enough. Yeah, that was terrible. Last time we did this, it did a much better job. I didn't give it instructions, like I just pressed B. Maybe I should have. That's chaotic though. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. So yeah, let me do this for a while, I guess. We'll finish it off and then we can get into probably having to windrow it, and then we can pick some up for the cows to eat. Well, that was long, slow, and painful. While doing that for a good half an hour, I think I worked out what went wrong. The mower had a stripe done right, but they were far apart. I think the AI went off with the width of the tedder, not the width of the mower. So it does explain the gap. The annoying thing is that the tedder is 2.1 the width of the mower. So I've ended up with a lot of these tiny little stripes. Quite annoying. So basically I had to do the entire field again. But we've got there, and the snow is starting to happen. What those white flurries are in the sky. So hopefully we'll be able to get something up off the ground. But for now, I think I think we can call that good enough done. Fold that up. And we'll quickly get a forage wagon over here. I'm not even going to bother trying to windrow it at this point. I just want to get it into the cows, and then we'll move on to February. And if that causes me grief in the future, so be it. We'll put this in here, and we'll put the cheddar in here, I guess. And this should be okay. You know what I could do? I mean, I kind of contradicted myself there. I could just tell this guy to just go do the windrowing, and then we could just follow it with the forage wagon. Yeah, that's a good idea. So we'll just let this guy go and get this started. I am tempted to cut down that tree in the corner right there. It's slightly in the way. I would like to come thundering through there a little bit more than I can. Now, I think what I'm going to do, because I'm going to be using a forage wagon on this, I think I'm going to tell the AI to go around the headland a lot of times. So, don't do that. Give me the thing. Alright, so do that and give me a lot of headlands. Yeah, do that, because I just want to be able to go around and around and around. Start with the headlands. Go. So you get that done, and then we'll jump across to this guy. Just follow that windrow. Should make it pretty efficient. There's some hay on the outskirts of the field. Oh, there to my left, because that's outside the field boundary. So we may have to grab the windrower and do a lap ourselves for that. But that shouldn't be the biggest problem. Around you come. And it's just a matter of doing a manual follow me here, I guess. What I could do is stop wasting my time on this verge stuff, or waiting for them to... I should not waste my time on the windrow stuff. I should just go around the verge. Because they're not going to pick this stuff up anyway. Well, it looks like we both have the same speed anyway, which is good news. Nice. Bit slow. The leaderage on this isn't that fast. I think I will bother to overtake them here. Look at that. It's like a ballet. There's not much in it from a speed point of view. Where are you going? Alright, I'll go around you. And pick up some verge. We're up to 7,000. The pickup width of this thing is pretty good, actually. For something you get by default on the farm, not too shabby. Now, normally you throw this away pretty fast. You upgrade to a bigger one, but I'm okay with this, actually. I think it's doing a pretty good job. I can't see any immediate reason to get rid of it. Yeah, it maybe just the capacity might get to us in the end. Yeah, because we've got to do so many round trips to fill up the barn, but yeah, there's definitely a balance between how much you want to drive and how much you want to spend money. That blue extension is a classic example. It was $4,000 for a $1,000 delivery. It's like, yeah, you start going, what was the point? But yeah, doing laps, particularly from where we are with this farm to the other side of the map, is a little bit laborious. So it is definitely probably worthwhile making long trips, bigger trips. Once the verge done, yeah, actually that kind of worked out well. Nice. 73%. Yeah, 12,000 leaves I think is a fair bit. I don't know how much the barn holds. How much does it hold? Is it going to tell us? It won't until there's something in it, because there's no reference to gauge it against. Yeah, there's a couple of little UI elements like that which are kind of disappointing in the game. Alright, full. Look at that, that wasn't too painful at all. And they're going to get on with it. Yeah, I think that circle approach was 100% worth it. The question is, do we want to bail it? I'm inclined to say no, because then you have to pick them up, then you have to deliver them. It's not too hard to do this forage wagon thing. And you know, the bailing and stuff takes time. And so you're taking time anyway with the forage wagon. So yeah, it's debatably the same. Yeah, we've got a couple more things to do today. Got to do the castle. Got to do those deliveries. Now that is going to make the cows happy. You can see hay's going up. Yeah, it's going to take thousands. It's probably good for 100,000 or so. Yeah, I probably should do one more lap as well. We're up to 225,000. 225,000 in the bank. Wow. That is cool. What we should do, I'm going to do this while this is unloading, we should pay back the loan. Because I took out an extra 150, 200,000 to put down the dairy. And I want to stay under $1 million. It doesn't really matter too much because if you spend money, you make money. So there's no real reason to stay under $1 million, but we can definitely do something about it since we do have so much money, finances, repay. So yeah, we can get definitely under $1 million. You know what? We may actually be at the point, where we can start taking down the loan. We'll go down to 900, and that can be maybe our goal per episode is to do that. The cows now have about half the tank. They can do a couple more laps. I think that field's probably only going to be worth maybe 60,000. I don't know how long that will last for. We may have a food problem, but that can be a future thing. And there was enough straw, right? There was enough straw. Yeah, there's enough straw, so I'm going to ignore that. Lucky last two. There's a lot more spawn because at the end of the day, normally I do this in the morning, so it is getting a bit full. Hopefully there's enough space on the front for the castle stone. I don't think it matters too much. I think we've got so much in reserve it makes not much difference. So yeah, if we get them done tomorrow, so be it. And more wood chips. Never stops. Alright. Get this guy out of here. See how our backing skills are. Over to the mason. 8 long planks and 6 wood beams. So hopefully that's maybe $100,000. If it is over 100,000, I think I will pay off another 100,000 off the loan. Let's do some night driving. We actually haven't done that much. I know this episode's going probably a little bit long. Thanks for watching to this point. Shove a cheeky like on the video and don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Goal is to put out an episode every 2 days and on this channel on Developer Plays, and at the moment I'm only putting out 1 episode a week on the Donut Transport Fever series because I'm actually doing a huge amount of research per episode, and it takes a lot of time to do that. So basically the idea is, or the goal is to make a beautiful diorama each episode. Look at that water. I stopped myself. Look at that Christmas tree in the water. That is impressive. Well done, Giants. If you're wondering why my graphics are really, really good, there is a video on the series, on the channel, about render distance and also graphics settings. So have a look at those. One of them just makes it so that everything is rendered pretty far into the distance, and so you don't get that jarring low resolution to high resolution change up close. It's just far, far away. And then the other one tweaks a whole lot of micro settings. So check out those 2 videos if you want really cool graphics. Alright, let me get this loaded up Well, it took a while. It was a bit of a slow slog up the hill. But got there finally. Beautiful view from up here. The world looks fantastic with all the lights in the shops and stuff. Try to move away from the bus. Yeah, you know how I was talking about they're a bit wide? I'm sure they got cut out or not. But yeah, the buses do seem to corner very wide. Let's have a look at this vista. Look at that. Looks fantastic, doesn't it? Can we see any part of the town? You can see the bridge. A bit of glistening on the water. How about Kinlake? Can we see anything at Kinlake? Not really. Alright, oh, looks like we've got some walls. Okay, so last time we were here, the formwork was up, but the stones definitely weren't in place. We are on now step 4. Actually, there's only 46 stones left required to finish off. So this is a runtime forward. And I'm not sure what time of day it's going to be. Go through 1 and boom, there it goes. I didn't see any obvious change, but we are now on stage 5. Yeah, that's cool. Still tons of material in storage. They said there was like over 10,000 of everything there, so hopefully we can sell this. So let's see if we can get a single stone number. So stone, okay, that's going to do everything. Okay, look at that. Another, what was that, 150,000 in the bank? Can't complain. Well, based on that, I am definitely going to pay down the loan. Let's do that before we forget. Go over here and repay this. I think we can go down another 100 grand. Let's go down to 800. You know, we can get another 50. Let's go down to 750, 3/4 mil. And yeah, we're definitely making good progress because by the morning we'll make more money. Well, that was fun. Lots going on today, especially it's the selling month. Actually, I don't think we've got anything left to sell. Did I miss anything? Where's this mod? This mod says seeds, no slurry. I'm skipping that. It's not worth enough. Strawberry keeping, manure we sold, and wood chips. So, but next month, look at that, February. All that stuff in the greenhouse needs to get sold. I didn't give it water. Might do that behind the scenes before I go to sleep and we wake up in the morning with the next episode. As I said before, don't forget to press like, don't forget to press subscribe, and we'll see you next time as we have fun on this lovely Highlands map. Let's go have a look at the vista to sign off. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.